You're in the rant hole where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to. Today's rant is from Sigmund of Sigmonia, who wants me to rant about Konosuba. Don't know why. I've already got a very popular video about Konosuba. I also had it in my top 20 anime of 2016. I really love the show. Aqua is one of my favorite characters. I love that she is such an incorrigible dipshit and such an asshole. Like, I think, I tend to gravitate towards comedy characters who you love them because they have traits that you want to like. Like in Aqua's case, she's sort of innocent and sweet in a certain kind of way, but she is so bad-natured that you can't really root for her. So when bad things happen to her, even though she will, like, burst into tears and be, like, legitimately hurt because she doesn't want bad things to happen to her, and she is a weak-willed crybaby, you can't feel bad for her because she's such an asshole. So you've got this weird emotional push and pull where you're like laughing at this girl crying, and then you feel like an asshole even though you know you shouldn't. Ugh. I guess it's true to life. It reminds me of people I've known in a way. Kazuma is obviously hilarious. His constant, yes, Kazuma des, like, is a great, catchphrase. He is just, he's kind of like a lot more realistic of a take on the dumbass otaku sent to a fantasy world, because most of them will, in spite of being, like, they're always presented as like a dumb piece of shit otaku asshole, but they end up winning anyways, and he doesn't. I mean, I guess you could say he wins like the story. Like, he wins in, like, plot-centric episodes, but for the most part, the show is about these people losing over and over again, and I like that he is presented as a loser, and that he kind of has just kind of accepted that about himself. Like, he's not, like, hung up on the fact that he's come to another world and ended up being just, in this weird, shitty situation, because at the same time, he's having fun, he's surrounded by beautiful women, like, he's just kind of become an average Joe in another world, which is pretty hilarious in itself. Megumin is always fun. She's the chuny type. I'm glad they don't fixate too much on the chuny element of her personality, which is the opposite of Darkness, who is my least favorite character just because of the fact that, like, it's the same joke over and over again. We get it. She's a masochist. She enjoys pain. She enjoys being shit on. The joke is always kind of the same. It's at its best when they take it to really ridiculous extremes, like in Season 2 when she gets, like, dragged on the back of their cart. That was pretty funny. If they do something with it, and also her more character-driven episodes in Season 2 made her a lot more endearing than she was initially. I would say that the supporting cast of the show is not all that strong. The other the spellcaster girl who's like rivals with Megumin, I guess. I don't find her, I think her name's Yun. Do not find her all that memorable. Don't really care for the Lich character, because in her case, she's just a good person who everybody shits on, and so you do legitimately feel bad when people are mean to her, unlike Aqua. Although sometimes that is the setup for beating up on Aqua even more, which is, continues to be hilarious. As I talked about in my video about the show, I really appreciate how the jokes build on each other, that the show has a continuous narrative, and, things that happen in one episode matter in the next, and it keeps building like a snowball effect of the dumb shit that these characters get up to. The second half of the first season was a little wishy-washy. There were some episodes that were great. The one with the, succubus brothel I remember really enjoying. Some of them are just okay. Season 2 was pretty much just as good as Season 1. Maybe not quite on the same level, just because some of the jokes were getting a little bit old, and the show, it really kind of lives or dies in the moment. It's all about, is this joke funny? But for the most part, it is funny, and it's a very refreshing isekai in that it is about failure. The characters never really make it out of their starting village. Like, they do eventually go somewhere else in Season 2, but you don't have this sense of progression and them leveling up and getting better. They're just shitty and, stuck in their ways, because none of them even really knows how to improve on themselves, and, like, why would they? There's no imminent threat to them, really. They, they're supposed to be taking care of a demon lord or something, but like, why do we gotta do it? We're not even worthy. We are in no way, we are in no way prepared to do something of that magnitude. So I find that all really funny. I just like how much of dirtbags, but lovable dirtbags, the characters are. You never hate them. They never get to a level where they are unlikable or unwatchable. They just seem kind of like, they're just kind of like your annoying friends who you like to make fun of. And it's nice that they can all take enough of the joke that they continue to hang out together, even though they, in many ways, completely despise each other. There's some legendary moments. Obviously, the scene in the first episode where the point of the show first becomes clear, when they like work really hard for a while and don't really accomplish anything and just kind of end up just working a normal job inside of that world and just becoming satisfied with that, is a legendary moment. I remember there being some good stuff in the second season, but it has been a while since I watched it, so it's difficult for me to really give the most passionate rant about Konosuba. I remember not really liking the OVA. Whatever, it's a good show. If they made another season, I would definitely watch it. I enjoyed both seasons that I watched. I love the animation style. I love the weird wonkiness of it. I love that nobody wears a bra and that the titties are always bouncing all over the place. I like that it's sleazy. I appreciate sleazy comedy more so than just sexual comedy. Like, when you make a sex comedy where the girls are meant to always be attractive, or where the joke is more at their expense, I don't find it as funny. But like, when you've got a show that is perverse and crass because the characters are perverse and crass, and like, you're meant to think that it's sleazy, that is a lot funnier than, something that is just incidentally sleazy for the audience's sake, but not so much in universe, if that makes sense. Well, there you go. That's enough of a rant about Konosuba. Don't know why you requested this when I talked about it so much, but I'll take the money. See you in the next one.